Now it's at 13.2%.
Great.
Mealie meal was at 123 kwacha per 25 kilogram bag. It's now ranging between 231 kwacha to about 320, depending on where you're buying it from. A 2.5 container liter of cooking oil in 2021 was at 119 kwacha and now fetching for around 127 kwacha. Petrol in 2021, 17 kwacha 62 ngwe, now at 34 kwacha 19. The exchange rate, the kwacha to the dollar, in 2021 at 19 kwacha 29 ngwe, now as of last week Friday, according to the central bank, at 25.45 kwacha. The monetary policy rate, 10%, now increased to 12.5%. Statutory reserve ratio in 2021 at 9%, now up to 26%. Unemployment was at 6.2% and now has gone down to 6.1%. So there are a few sticky areas, Madam Vice President, especially on petrol, the statutory reserve ratio, the cost of living, that even if you score on inflation, the cost of living is still high.
Yeah. Thank you, Costa. You have listed so many things that my head, I don't know whether I would respond to all of them. One would have thought maybe you would go through in a manner that there are things that you would want me to speak to.
Maybe let's start with the issue of, inflation.
Yes.
I remember last year during the question time for the Vice President in Parliament on the floor, when the opposition were asking you about the high cost of living, one of the things you boast of as Vice President and as leader of government business is that you are holding inflation. It could have been worse off.
It did.
If without the intervention measures.
Exactly.
But the domestic economy is crying about some of these intervention measures, Madam Vice President.
The economy is not crying about the intervention measures. The economy is crying about the general cost of living. I think that is the outcry. It's not the intervention. There is no negative intervention that the community or the society can cry about. Indeed, from what you have read, if I followed you right, you have acknowledged that the inflation has gone down. I think you did acknowledge. You talked of 22 to 13. Yes, in fact, we had gone to single digit, remember, since we came into power. I think what we need to do is to look back. The important part is, are we going towards the right direction? Let us look at the cost of, for example, fuel. Fuel, the cost of fuel will very much be related to something else you may talk about, or you even indicated, the issue of the dollar. Because we buy fuel in dollar. As a country, we purchase fuel in dollar. So if our kwacha is weak compared to the dollar, that is obvious that the fuel will be expensive. Then you will say, why is our kwacha weak? Of course we found it weak. I will not shy away to mention the fact that I don't know whether you mentioned the dollar issue and kwacha. We found it.
2021 was at 19.2.
No. When we came in, remember my president said as soon as we come in, this is something people would want to mock about. That when the president was saying immediately we come in, the dollar, the kwacha will appreciate. And when we came in, we didn't find it at 19 there.
But I'm quoting central bank figures.
Well, I am also quoting what was on the market. Even central bank will tell you that it was 22 when we came in. 22 kwacha per dollar. And this went down to as low as 15.
So Madam Vice President,
maybe I have to bring out what I want to say.
So according to central bank figures that we had, yes, from 19.2 it came down to around 16. When you took over.
No. You are talking about probably the end of whichever month. I'm talking of August. So you can go back to August. By September, it had dropped down to 15 plus, 16, that range. So what is that? In fact, if they tell you, you do your mathematics, you may find that actually from the time we came in, immediately we came in, there was no issue of having traded to bring in the dollar, but just what the president used to talk about, what we talked about in opposition, the confidence that the international community saw brought the goodwill. That goodwill is when people start committing and they are excited to bring investment. It brought down the dollar rate. The Kwacha. The Kwacha, you know.